I'm going to welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. This is going to be a daily message, and then we are going to get into some questions for the viewers. We hope everyone is having a great day. And we're just going to, she said, slide that in just a tiny bit. So we're going to bring it in. So just, we like whatever guidance still you give. So we hope everyone is doing well. We are using the Raise Your Vibration cards from Kyle Gray today. And we're just going to start with a general message and get into making sure the mic's on. This appears to be reading. So we hope everyone is doing well today. We are just going to shuffle a little bit and then get into what is the general energy for today. What's going on? We feel like the energy's been kind of strong. I hear we're getting a CME overnight. So hi Elin, welcome. So we are just going to do what is the current energy for the next 24, 48 hours, because we feel like it's going to be some pretty strong energy coming in. So the first card out was My Breath Connects Me to Life. So just make sure, you know, if you're having any frustration or any situation or anything, sometimes the best thing to do is just take a moment, take a deep breath, and then you get forgiveness brings freedom. And I am grateful for the earth. So, you know, get grounded, spend some time outside. Are you being grateful just for where we are? You know, we have this beautiful place to live. And then the underlying energy is living with purpose brings prosperity. So are you honoring, you know, the earth? Are you honoring Gaia? Are you honoring yourself? So we are just gonna, but I feel like it's a great time to maybe get outside and meditate, work on some forgiveness, and some gratitude. You know, I, forgive this person because I realized that, you know, they were a blessing to me as well, because they've taught me some great things that I couldn't have learned otherwise. And honestly, that's the truth. Most of the time we learn things because that's the only way we're going to learn them. Words don't teach. You hear that all the time, and truly they don't. And honestly, that forgiveness right there is totally the thing that will give you the freedom to transform any situation. And most of the time that forgiveness, you know where it needs to start? Where are you blaming and, you know, beating you up about? Where is your low vibration to yourself? Got the cards, and here we go. So current energy is the Strength card. So we feel like in that card she is going through a transformation, and we feel like that has been going on. Definitely like within the last, we're going to say, you know, last 6 months or so. Current energy is the Ace of Cups, and that transformation has come from you filling your cup up, knowing your self-worth. The foundation is the Nine of Swords, and in this Nine of Swords, you know, the Eight of Swords is about chaos and conflict, but in this one, there's a little white bird, and I always say that's my Celia bird, my, you know, my higher self, that, you know, that voice of guidance for me. And are you waking up in the middle of the night getting messages? Are you meditating, getting messages? Are you, you know, being grateful for you know, the journey thus far, because there's so much more to come. The more in gratitude and high vibration, because gratitude is highest vibration, the more in gratitude and high vibration is, the easier the path is ready to open up for you. The recent past is the Chariot. So what has changed in your life in the last 2 weeks? Like, what has changed? Like, she's like, what's changed for you? Has anything moved forward? The next card is the Temperance card. As you have found balance in your headspace, Are you meditating? Are you gaining a more clear approach to what you want? Are you taking the practical steps you need to get there? The immediate future is the Page of Swords, which is she's got new inspired action. She's got new thoughts, because swords are about your thoughts, and she's taken a new message. She's got a new inspiration. So she's going and she's following it. She's learning, she's getting lots of messages, and we feel like with the Nine of Swords here on the foundation that there's a lot of messages, synchronicities coming in. If you're seeing a repeating number, Google it and see what it says it means. Sometimes it'll give multiple meanings. Sometimes there's different things. Find the one that calls to you. Look at it. See what that message is for you. Because, there's breadcrumbs, synchronicities to let you know you're on the right path. Different numbers mean different things. So, and they can mean different things to you. And the current environment is the Eight of Cups, which is about walking the spiritual path. And sometimes that's about, you've walked away from something, that you didn't, that wasn't filling your cup up because, she's walked away from this and it looks like, there's a little fire in there. So what have you had to recently walk away from that wasn't filling your cup up? Where have you pulled your energy back? And we feel like you pulled your energy back because you're focusing on this new thing. And if you haven't changed your focus, it's inviting you. Do it now. Meditate. Like she's definitely grounded and centered, and that's your, how other people see you. Definitely in that place of okay, they have their composure, their stability. They're like nothing's rocking her off of her place. Like she's grounded in who she is. Like the Queen of Pentacles, very um the hopes and fears card, the Five of Pentacles, and that's about focusing on what you perceive you're giving up, because truly, if a person is taken out of your life, you have to just say, if this is meant to be, I give it space and love, and I'm not going to force anything. I'm going to send it love, and I'm going to just wait for the right opportunity. Because like in this card, she has the key right there, and you always have the key to it. And the key is like she's just like, okay, I'm pulling my energy back. I'm focusing on me. And that's how you need to be seen. You need to be unshakable in what you think, you believe, what what you honor and what you value, and what are you trying to learn? I feel like that's definitely like I hear like ninth house, like learning. Like what are you trying to learn? What new skills? Um, that's going to really help your ascension, because the next card is the Hierophant, and this Hierophant card, it's always about the steps it takes to get to that joyous, happy, enlightened place. And are you ready to take the steps? Because those are 2 5s right there, and she said we have several majors on the table, all right there in that corner that's saying, as you love yourself, as you choose to work on your spiritual development, focus on the work you need to do. And we feel like part of the work is this focus on the forgiveness brings freedom. Where do you need to forgive yourself? You get the High Priestess, the Six of Wands, the Hermit, and the Eight of Pentacles, which that's about doing the work, which is about connecting and getting the guidance and following it, and taking control of your thoughts. Are you ready to do that? Because we repeat so many of the same thoughts day after day, and they just become a habit and a cycle and a pattern, and then you don't expect change because, well, that's how it was yesterday and that's how it is today because that's how I expect it. But you know what? Sometimes we got to take, things in a different, like this is a different kind of staircase than this. Sometimes you have to do different things to, check your balance, to work on things, to find the temperance with it. The other day with my makeup, like in the middle of doing my makeup, so it's like stand on one leg. So we were like doing that. So we were having to be really conscious and focusing on what we were doing with the balance to be really present in what we were doing. So like do things a little bit different. Don't always do things the way you do them. Try to do it a little different. Try to think a little different. Take a different perspective. Because in this card, you know, the Hermit is elevated. So try to see it from that higher perspective. Meditate. Ask your higher self. Ask God, you know, how do you see this, God? You know, what is my next step? I don't know what, you know, and surrender that and say, you know, sometimes I don't know, you know, all the time we don't know because we're just really being guided. But take the time to, you know, say, I don't know what my next step on my path is. Show me, because I feel like a big change is like up leveling coming. The Queen of Pentacles is sitting in a pretty good place. And we're going to get a Celia card. And not a surprise, we get the get grounded, or the manifesting card, which is everything I desire flows to me when I line up my energy. The get grounded card, my favorite card. Take a walk, soak up the sun, put your feet on the earth, which we were talking about, you know, being outside in, you know, out in nature, working on that, working on your manifesting. And you get the card of lean back, which is give them some space to fill your absence, which is about, you know, sometimes we have to pull our energy back to work on us. And as you work on you, it's going to work on elevating the vibration of everything, because everybody you come in contact with has to be at a certain vibration. And it all goes back to the self-love. It's an inside job. It starts with you. So make sure you're spending the time to nurture yourself, fill your cup up. We feel like you have it. And we feel like forgiveness is like the next like huge step, because, you know, a lot of times we've been, you know, focusing on the judgment, and, you know, that's one thing. But the next part of that is the forgiveness of it, you know. So we hope everyone is doing well. We are just going to clean up, and then we will get some questions. Hi, Elin. Hi, AG. How are you both doing today? And we are just doing free oracle cards. If you would like a tarot, we are only doing that by donation. And Elin, we will start with you. We're just going to shuffle these a little bit. So, Elin, how have you been doing? Not working too much. Have to make sure you're taking some time to care for yourself. And if you want something different, write it down. We hear like that is like such the strong way these days about that. Write down what you desire. We helped Corinne with that. Like, she did that, and then she talked to her boss, and they took a bunch of her and that's the expectation you have. So right now it can't change because you get what you expect. We have been listening to the Dr. Joe Dispenza stuff a lot. So it's about, you know, manifesting in the quantum. So about going in where there's infinite possibilities. And so we are do some energetic work on it, like do some scripting on it, like write down, like do a focus wheel, right where you're at, right where you would want to be, and then write some general statements about how to get you where you want to be. You're going to get some cards for you, Elin. And we get the card of I was called here on a mission. It's the first card. And your mind is a altar to source energy and clear your karma. So so we feel like this is oh, it's tied to your self-worth. And when you realize that we are all one and like you were here for the mission of that, like I know I have been working on my karma, so we're just the underlying energy was the karma. So and honestly, if before you go and do a different job, you got to clear that energy there. Like writing, like scripting what you want, like as far as you're manifesting, like does so much for your manifesting. I'm serious. Like write what you would like your job responsibilities to entail. The ones you don't want to do or you don't think you have time for, like write a list. On one side, put the things you think you can do and want to do. On the other side of the list, put the things you don't really want to do or you don't have time to do. And then say, God, can you take care of this side of the list and see what happens and have faith and see what happens. It's kind of an Abraham process. Something about the placemat, like one half is the things you want and one half is the things. And like Elon, take some time to look at how he makes you feel, like how, like what emotion does he bring up in you? If it's tied to your karma, like what emotion is he causing you to feel? Is he causing you to feel overworked? Is he causing you to feel undervalued? Like people are going to reflect back at you how you feel about yourself. So as you find the value in you, they're going to find the value in you, honestly. And where do you undervalue yourself? Where do you not trust yourself? Where do you not where do you not value your own opinion? So like take a look at like, okay, so this is tied to your karma. So how does this make you feel? Like how does it make you feel? And then the next question is, how when else have I felt this way? Like like dig into it, like, and see if there's a pattern throughout your life, if it's tied to a certain person, if you can remember the original time somebody made you feel like of not of that value, like the first time, chase the karma back. And then, other situations that have made you feel that way, like what other situations, what other people have made you feel that way. And then how would you like to feel instead? And what thoughts would you want to think? Because as you think a thought, you cause a chemical reaction in your body. We've been watching the Joe Dispenza, and like honestly, we were trying something the other day, and I said I was having a little anxiety, and I said I was listening to an Abraham, and it said all is well, and that was the statement, and I said all is well, and I instantly felt like a difference in my energy. I felt like that chemical release from my brain by just saying that the statement of all is well. So like we've been saying it and saying it and saying it, just to see if it is a continuous thing, and it really is. So like it's a good statement if things aren't going well, like even no matter what, just all is well, because that instantly pulls you a little bit more out of that fight or flight each time you say it. Like it's an amazing like if you sit and really get in tune with your body when you know you're having anxiety, and just say it, say all is well. Like it's crazy to feel that, like the actual chemical reaction happen like right then. Like if you think about love, and like I can sit and I can focus on Dave for a minute and I can have a dopamine release because so you can do that by thought, and that's some of the Joe Dispenza stuff is when we're in fight or flight, we release a different neuropeptide or something. So it's all about control because your brain sends the signal for your body to release whatever hormone or whatever needs to be released at that time. It's like it's like the science behind it all. So but like working on it and doing things like think of thoughts that really make you happy and don't get up until your body feels the happiness that you associate with that thought. Like I can look at my flowers that Dave got me and just really feel the love that I have for him because they're the same color when we got married. That was the color of flower I had. So every time it's like just that magical like heart feeling and that chemical release just because of that. Like it's crazy but definitely true. So like it's really breaks it down to like how the brain, because the brain sends that energy to the body, that chemical, and then the body feels that way, and that's how you feel. The mind thinks and signals what to do to the body, and then the body does it. But if you like make the choice of I'm going to sit here and focus on this till I feel the feeling of the happiness and joy that I want to feel, which is a way to, but that all is well is a way to really quickly change your vibration. So AG, we will get cards for you next. Popular card today, clear karma. And see this from a higher perspective. And I am a light in the world is the underlying energy. And you are, and AG, what we were just telling Elin about focusing on, some of the patterns and things going on helps you kind of see where your karma is so you get a chance to clear it. So we feel like it's saying, are you, ready to tip that scale of the karma by seeing it from a different perspective, see the pattern of it, like see the pattern to realize, okay, this has happened. So this is how I respond, but how do I actually want to respond to this situation? How do I want to change this pattern so it doesn't keep continuing in a way that's not serving at all? So anyone else that would like a card, please just let us know you're here. God's daughter. Well, in just shuffling the cards, we get the card of choose kindness, but in all of that, there's all those hearts because I feel like initially I heard like jealousy, and like that's the color, green, like green dragon, jealousy, and that's green in its heart because sometimes people think no matter what, we're gonna wait for them. Honestly. But she said we're gonna see if anything. And you get the card of relationships are assignments, which is, that butterflies are about, transformation and how you see it. because he knows it gets an energetic reaction from you. If it didn't bother you, you wouldn't still care about him. When you get to that place of you don't care what he's got going on, otherwise he's getting energy from you. And then you get the card of you're not alone. Like it still causes you to have an emotional response. So there's some energetic attachment there. But relationships are assignments, and part of it's seeing it from that higher perspective. It's still getting an emotional response one way or another. It's still calling your energy towards it. So I feel like player energy, like not what's probably best for you. Pride, jealousy, the masculine energy, you know, just at a deep core, like it hurts. Like, and that just shows him where he messed up, and that makes him probably beat up on himself and have a lot of negative feelings about himself, which in turn projects negative feelings to you, because that's how energy works. Yeah, just jealousy. He still has feelings. Like, yeah. And honestly, the best thing you could do would just take your focus like totally off of him and like do anything but think of him, honestly. Because anytime you're thinking of him, you're projecting energy at him, which is what he's just wanting your attention anyway. Because some people are that way. They're called narcissists. Yeah, and just narcissistic tendencies. They think everything just revolves around them, like narcissistic tendencies. Yeah, some people are just weirdly programmed. So we hope that helps. But yeah, like just I wouldn't focus on that person. If if it's an issue, maybe remove them from your social media. Maybe remove yourself from their social media. Um, if you want there to be no energy there, then just sever the ties. Like, Anybody else that would like a card, let us know you're here and we'll grab you a card. Hi, Fancy Nancy. How are you doing today? Yes, ma'am, you can ask. She said we're going to change cards and we're going to use these energy cards. Okay, will Mintu give you a gift this month? Well, Fancy Nancy, the energies don't look so great because you get the hostilities card on the bottom of the deck and you get the broken heart card. So it doesn't look like the energy is lined up for that at this time. Anyone else that would like a card, let us know and we will get a message for you. Okay. We have gotten everyone in. So we hope everyone has a great day and we will be back tomorrow. Bye.